All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead video for today for Season 10 of the Walking Dead television series. Going to finally be doing my death predictions for this season, starting with the first one, which is that I think Carol will kill Alpha. Alright, and sorry to keep you guys waiting for this video. I definitely want to do this one for The Walking Dead Season 10, and now that the season has started to air and we've seen the first 2 episodes of it, things are really starting to get good now with episode 3 looking like it's going to be awesome. I think it makes sense now for us to give our thoughts on who we think will be killed off and who we think will survive out The Walking Dead Season 10. Of course, we have not had any major character deaths as of yet, but we don't need them because of the way that The Walking Dead Season 9 ended off there in the last 2 episodes. It's totally unnecessary right now to really have anybody killed off, but eventually we got to see some character deaths because this, of course, is The Walking Dead, and obviously we have things starting up with the kind of the Whisperer War here, and them probably figuring out pretty soon that they're not going to be able to live within Alpha's borders, and they're not going to be able to follow her rules and accept her punishments that she wants to dish out. Of course, Carol wants to get revenge on Alpha as soon as possible, and so I'm going to go with that one as the first one that I do think Alpha will be killed off this season, or at least I would expect to see her be killed off by the end of the season. If it's not in the first half, probably in the second half, and I do think that the best person to do that would be Carol. You know, it just makes a lot of sense for her to be able to get that revenge for Henry. Obviously, that was probably the biggest of all the character deaths in The Walking Dead Season 9, I want to say, for impact for the others. Obviously, Tara was a huge character death as well, too, but it just really feels like, you know, that one with Henry is the one that emotionally impacted, you know, one of the others the most, being Carol, of course, this season. So we got to see her get revenge, and I would like for her to be the one that that gets the Alpha kill. Of course, you know, it could be someone else. It could possibly be Michonne before Michonne leaves, or someone else. I mean, probably female, I would want to think, like, you know, if you had DARYL or Negan or somebody like that do it, I guess you could do, but it's kind of like, you know, it just makes more sense woman on woman, right? So so that's what I'll start with that one. Might as well continue with the whispers here. So Beta, I think Beta will probably survive out this season. I mean, Ryan Hurst is a big star and everything, and Beta already is, I think, most people's favorite whisperer. I think that Beta is very humanized in a lot of ways. He's not as hated as Alpha is. Alpha's pretty easy to hate almost straight away, but Beta almost feels like he just kind of got caught under Alpha's allure. He didn't really know what to do with himself in the zombie apocalypse, and so he just kind of went along with this whole whisper concept and this whole whisperer idea. And you know, it's kind of unfortunate that he ended up on that side, because he is a very big, formidable you know, ally to have. It's unfortunate that he ended up with the whispers, but I do still think he'll survive out this season, at least for a while, at least until the second half, and then maybe we can see a rematch between him and DARYL, or him and Negan, or something like that, which could be really cool. But I do think that Beta will survive probably this whole season, and at the very least this first half. I do not think he'll be killed off. Next we'll go with Gamma, since she's of course one of our new characters, played by Thora Birch. I do think she'll probably be a season character. I do. So I do think that probably in the second half of the season at some point, or something like that, the Gamma will likely be killed off. I don't see her surviving on into season 11 or season 12 or something like that. I just kind of, I don't know. She's a disciple of Alpha, and you know, she seems to me like one of these characters that will be a season character and not somebody that will probably, you know, she's a renowned, well-known actress, so you know, I think she'll probably be killed off by the end of the season. I don't think she'll be around in season 11 or 12, but I could be wrong as far as that one goes. And then we'll go with Lydia as well too. So I mean, Lydia is a good question, because now obviously she switched sides. She's not still with the Whispers, but she comes from that side, and we did get to see a younger version of her with Alpha in episode 2. So for Lydia, I mean, you know, it's kind of like, I think Lydia will probably survive out the season. I do. It's just I'm not sure, because there's no Carl for her in the comic series. Lydia and Carl were kind of a thing, and they used that, so Lydia was sort of a supporting character for Carl. In the TV series version, we don't have that. So Henry, of course, was killed. Carl was killed, shredded even before that, by kibble. So, you know, with Lydia, it's kind of like, you know, don't know what they're going to do with her now. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But for now, I'll predict that I think she'll survive out this season. And we'll have to see for the future what that holds for her, or maybe she could be killed off, because I just don't know, you know, really what they're going to do with her in terms of equivalency for the comic storyline. But you have to have some characters at the different age categories, so it's not a bad thing to have her there. Just that it's weird to have her there without Carl. Next, we'll get into our Alexandrians. We'll start, or at least our kind of main crew for the Walking Dead television series. We'll start with Daryl. I mean, of course, Daryl is safe. You know, they're not going to kill Daryl off. It'd be absolute suicide to do it. They've already lost Rick. Maggie's coming back, which is good to hear. So she'll be alive too, right? Because she's returning. They don't have to kill her off screen if it happened that she never was willing to come back or something. But Daryl's safe. There's no way they're going to kill Daryl off. It'd just be, you know, it'd be suicide for the show. Carol's also pretty much the same for me. I think Carol's at least got a few more years. I do like the prediction, though, that Daryl will be the last man standing, as Beth said to him in, was it The Walking Dead Season 4? Was it in Still? I think it was probably in Still. But she did say he'd be the last man standing, and I think she might be right. Daryl might be the final survivor out of all the original group, which is crazy to think, but that could be the case. But Carol's got a couple more years, right? I mean, I don't think they're not going to kill Carol off anytime soon, and maybe she'll even outlive Daryl. You know, hard to say. We'll have to see how things go. The big question, Michonne. So Michonne, obviously, we know she's leaving the season. We don't know if she's going to be alive or dead. You know, some people are predicting that she'll be killed off and she won't survive her leave. I personally think she will survive her leave. I think that they're going to want to have her alive out there somewhere, whether it is because she has to escape, like let's say she kills Alpha or something, assassinates her, and then has to escape because, you know, the Whispers are going to be looking for her, or whether it's she finds out that Rick is out there somewhere and that Jadis likely delivered him to this helicopter group, so she has to go off and try to find him. Whatever the case may be, I do think that Michonne will leave the series alive. I do not think the Whispers, like Alpha, will kill her off by, you know, before she leaves, and that's how she leaves the show as being killed off. I think she will leave the show alive. So we'll see. I could be wrong on that one, but you know, I just feel like that makes the most sense. Then we have Judith. Of course, Judith is safe. You're not going to kill off young Judith. I mean, that'd be crazy as well, too. Ezekiel. So you know, Ezekiel, I like Ezekiel a lot, man. I really hope that he survives on long term. They haven't used him much this season as of yet, but he is one of my favorite, you know, characters in the TV series that's still alive right now. So I hope that Ezekiel survives on permanently. I would not want to see him be killed off anytime soon. Then we have Aaron, who, likewise with Ezekiel, Aaron's finally become interesting and finally become cool. So I look forward to seeing him surviving on for many more seasons. I don't think they'll kill him off either. Then we have Eugene, same scenario. Not going to kill off Eugene. Rosita, same thing. Not going to kill off Rosita. RJ, also safe. Not going to kill off RJ. I mean, he's just a kid. You know, you can't do it. It's crazy. You can't do it. And then we have, of course, Dante, who's new. Because he's new, you know, he's fine too. He's not going to be killed off either. Then we'll get into some others from Alexandria that are sort of in between. So Gabriel, you know, this could be the final season for Gabriel. Maybe it is. Maybe they do something this season with him, somewhat similar to what happened with him in the comics. Maybe they kind of don't stray, because sometimes with The Walking Dead, they remix a lot of moments so that you can't guess what they're going to do, and then other times they stick to it exactly. This could be a case where they might stick to it exactly, and we might see something like that with Gabriel this season. Which, yeah, you know, I mean, I'm okay with that. You know, I've never been a huge fan of Gabriel either way, and I think that you know, that could be a good one for the Whisper War and stuff that's going on here. Negan, I hope to God Negan is safe, man. I do not want to see them kill off Negan at all. Obviously, you guys know one of my all-time favorite Walking Dead characters. Again, you don't have Rick, so, you know, losing Negan would be a huge blow. I don't think you want to do it. I don't think you want to do it. It doesn't make sense, man. You got to have your Negan. It's just too much fun. So, you know, I'll go with Negan being safe. And I would be absolutely traumatized if they do kill off Negan. I do not want to see that. Then we have Scott, another Alexandrian who I think is still alive in the series, even though he just pops in once a season or something. But he's still there somewhere. You kind of feel like, you know, for the actor's sake, you know, if you're if you're going to keep him on the show, at least give him something to do or just kill him off. And I haven't killed him off yet, so maybe he will be killed off this season finally, and then he can stop coming back for like one episode a year or something to have like one scene to bring like a walkie-talkie to somebody or something like that. Sadeeq. So Sadeeq, man, I'm not a huge Sadeeq fan either. I think with him and the Whispers and what they kind of did, I mean, yeah, he'll probably survive. You know, Carl sort of saved him, so it's sort of like he kind of has to, you know, survive out the season. But I don't care for Sadeeq much. I'm not a huge fan of Sadeeq. So if he gets killed off, you know, so be it. Whatever. I mean, to sacrifice Carl to get Sadeeq is kind of like, whatever. I don't know. Then we have Connie. I'm just going to say no for Connie. Of course, I think the actress has been cast in one of the Marvel Studios movies, so that's coming up. So good for her. But I do think Connie will survive. I don't think she'll be killed off this season. Of course, they have the relationship they're setting up between her and Daryl, so that's going to be kind of cool if they go through with that. Luke, I do think Luke will be killed off this season. Yeah, I don't really like Luke either that much. He kind of, I don't know. We've got Eugenius. I don't know if we really need Luke. It kind of feels like he's very similar to Eugene in a lot of ways, but not nearly as funny. So, yeah, I think they'll kill him off. Magna, it's just a no. You're not going to do it. She's like a runner, leader type character, so you need characters like that can do kind of the action sequences and stuff. And The Walking Dead is a little bit short on that right now, so you kind of need her to be there. She hasn't been in the series that long, so I think she'll be fine. Yumiko as well too, same thing. You know, her and Yumiko will be just fine, and I don't think they'll kill off either of them. Then there's the kid. You know, I don't know. Kelly, yeah, maybe they do. Maybe they do kill off Kelly this season as part of the Whisper War. I could see that for sure. And then, of course, there are some other characters in the Walking Dead universe right now. There's characters like Laura, who I think will survive as well, too. The Hilltop, we just don't know. Hilltop and Oceanside, you know, how many of these characters are going to be at the forefront? Will we even see much of the Hilltop this year? Is Earl still out there somewhere? We've got, of course, Jerry. We've got Diane. And I'll just say no for pretty much all of them because we don't even know if we're even going to see them. Same with Cindy from the Oceanside. You know, we just don't know. We'll have to see how much they kind of include them in and kind of go from there. So there are other characters, obviously. There's lots of characters in the Walking Dead TV series. Some that get more time than others, obviously. It's just the way it goes. It's just how it is. But we'll leave it there for my death predictions for this season. So I'm thinking pretty much takeaways. Michonne, I think we'll leave alive. I think Alpha will be killed off, and I think Carol will do it. I think Gabriel will be killed off. Scott probably will. Sadeeq might be. Luke, I think so. Kelly, yeah, probably. And then the rest are pretty much all a no, with eventually Maggie returning at some point this season, maybe in the second half of The Walking Dead Season 10, or maybe Season 11. So those are my death predictions for this season. They're just predictions. They're not spoilers. I'm not privy to any spoilers. Totally stand on that stuff nowadays. Just want to kind of, enjoy making predictions on what I think based on the comics and based on, where the story's going and what they have set up so far and what I think about the characters. So let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, please don't forget to thumb it up below, share, favorite, and who do you think will be killed off this season, and who do you think will do it as part of the oncoming Whisper War, which is going to be very exciting to see. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.